Hi. Today I wanted to share with you some little finds that I found over the holidays. So let's get right into it. So what I found, I went back to Old Town in Temecula when my daughter and my grandson were visiting, and I found some little treasures. Let me show you. These I already had. I had ordered them on eBay, and they're very tiny. You can see on my hand for comparison. You're like, Dale, what are you going to do with those tiny little things? I don't know yet, but they are so cute. And so I think I've shown these little ones already. So we'll stick those to the side. So here's the new ones in order of how I found them. So I found this first, and I was like, oh, look at that. And so it is not too slim. It's got some girth to it. This one's really rusty. I shouldn't say dirty because I already cleaned them. It's just really rusty, but it's got a nice deep lip there. So it could hold a lot, actually. So that one, love that one. Then I found this guy. Milk of Magnesia, 30 tablets, 25 cents. To open, press corner. There, and it pops right open. And this one didn't have anything in it. It's still a little chalky, even though I wiped it out. And I was so happy with these. I think I only paid like $3 or $4, whereas this one I think I did pay $12. And then this one is another small one. I had never heard of this one before, so BC. And then that one is also pretty rusty inside. I'm thinking there is some kind of enamel paint or something that I could use. I know somebody I saw was using gel nail polish. What I plan on doing with these. My goal for these was that I wanted my little peg and awl kits, and I have them in 3 sizes, the other one's on the bookshelf, to have all vintage materials in there. And there's no reason for that, just that I want that. So this one fits the bill, like it's already all vintage. I know I've shown it before, but just to show you what I'm getting at here. So for this one, this is a more, I don't know, normal size. And so this one holds the paper. And so I already have to refill it. I did this little guy just for a few minutes at the airport. And then I was going to carry the baby, so I stopped. And then these are just some little ones that were already in there. Of course, this one didn't make it, but it kind of has a little abstract-y feel, so I'm not mad at it. And this one, it was just got the base layers, and then I had to stop for whatever reason. So those guys are there. So anyway, this one is my paper, basically, or my sketchbook for this. I don't know. It's my sketchbook for this kit. There you go. And then I have new colors in one. There's magnets in the bottom, so they keep pounding down. Color pencils in the other one. So happy about that. So those two go in there. And then this one is the paint. Anyway, so there, and then these are watercolor. No, these are gouache. And then we'll put that back on. This guy is like half and half. Like part of him is vintage and part is not. So what I want to do today is make him all vintage. So we just got sharpener. We do have clips in this one. It is a little tight. Some things are tight. All right, let's start with something bigger. Okay, so we've got the little energy focus tins that I was so in love with because they acted as drawers underneath the kits. And let's take out some paper. And then this is extra water, and the paintbrush is there. Okay, So all emptied out. There's nothing else in there. This one does have the tin, and it has gouache in it. So I may think I want to reconsider this and maybe use this one for paper storage as well instead of a kit. I seem to not like having to kind of dip down because of the lip. I like it a little bit more flat. And then of course these guys have Neo colors and color pencils in them. And the reason I liked them is because I could basically do this, and they have magnets and they could stick and they don't fall on me while I'm out. So, all right, and this is what I'm deciding to kind of keep in these kits for now. Everything needs to be replaced. Even though this is vintage, I want a different holder or system for the paint. This will remain, the water will remain, of course, the water brush and the sharpener. I just need to go grab a sponge. Okay, back with new sponge. All right, so now let's give this a little think. All right, so the difference, I mean, you can see that this one is going to be thinner than this one for, I guess, paint, but I don't think I want to use that for the palette. I really like my art toolkits, and I like the size of them. And these are a few of the watercolor ones I have. So I like the size of the demi palette, which would probably be a good size for this. You know, it's a little bit bigger than that. But what I was thinking is it's kind of more in comparison to the pocket palette. So if I open this one up, I've got, press in corners. I keep forgetting these things. Okay, so the depth is kind of similar here, and the tray, and I know it's not the same thing or the same quality, but just kind of comparing what I like and what I can make out of these vintage tins. So I think this will be the palette. The materials that I have then, so let's put these aside, and we'll just focus on this guy. So the materials that I have to make him a palette are just these very cheap makeup tin things that you've seen before. And I had just ordered these on Amazon because I didn't feel like waiting when I was making another kit for me to get any in on Art Toolkit, although I would prefer those. So eventually that might be a switch for some of these vintage tins, is to switch them to the Art Toolkit pans, I should say. Okay, but you can see that that is not sticking. So this is not magnetized like the wonderful Art Toolkit palettes are. So I have, you know, a lot of these other kits. So I just gathered some of the magnets and gonna take from one to make another. And the good thing is that since these are so thin, there's going to be enough depth for the tin and the magnet. Okay, so we'll see if I put those the right way. Sometimes they repel when I put the tins on, and we won't see that until I get going with them. It is a little bit of maneuvering. And so you might say, well, why aren't you putting any in the middle? I don't think I need to. So let's try this. So we got 1, 2. It's like I'm going to configure these all in, and then I have to take them out when I want to put paint in them, but that's okay. Okay, so it looks like we're getting 5 across. And I'm going to put 5 down here. Okay, so now we got 10. Let's go for, oh, I know, let's see. Oh, I think that's what I did. Okay. There we go. So it's it's catching the edge of that top row, and then I'm just bringing that bottom row over, which actually means I should move those magnets on the bottom a little bit up, and that's what I'll do when I start putting the paint in there. All right, so yep, looks like I can get 15 in there. So 5, 10, 15, and this will just be the mixing palette. And I think that's actually pretty perfect. Then I think this one, since it's thicker and you need the space for the neo colors, I guess you don't need that much space, but you need more than like this. It's not going to fit in here. So I think I'll basically just transfer the neo colors and the pencils here, but it looks like I can get more in here. Okay, so all of these look good. All right, I can definitely get more in here. This is color pencils. Oh, I don't want any repeats. Okay, but it doesn't look like I have a color like that, and I don't have a yellow, and I don't even have the greens. Oh no, I do have a light green already. Oh, let's take you out. Okay, I think that's good. I'm happy about that. So now I just have to spend time mixing colors, which is the fun part. So let me go get the paint. So funny story. I went on to swatch the colors. We'll put the pans back into the new vintage palette. Swatch the colors. Swatch the neo colors and the color pencils, and I wasn't recording. It was on pause. So I'm going to re-record that now. So I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is I'm going to end up with colors that may be too similar. So let's see how that plays out here. Closer. So yeah, we've got some similarities like here, here, maybe even like, what am I doing? Like here, here, here. So I've loaded this up with the color pencils and the neo colors that I took from the other set. So we'll start with some colored pencils. So I've got a nice, like a mint green there, and I've got like a sky blue. And a warm gray. These are all Derwent. Oh no, the first one was Luminance. And Derwent Lightfast. This is a yellow ochre. Luminance again. I don't know what green this is. And Derwent Wheat. This is Polychromos. I think it's chocolate. This is Derwent. I forgot what green it is. I can't tell because I cut them, so I don't know what the colors are anymore. more Derwent Light Fast. Okay, so those are the color pencils. And my Neo colors. I think this one is the salmon. This one is the Desert Rose. It's Desert Rose. We've got a blue there. Some kind of lavender. This one is the raw sienna. I think this one is the ochre. And then we've got, is that the same one? Yeah. Light olive. And we've got a gray. And then we have a light gray. And then of course a white that you can't see. Okay, so those are all the Neo colors. For these guys. Trying to get them under a Neo color that is short. So everybody fits. Okay, so everybody doesn't exactly fit flesh, but here we are in my very cute vintage palettes. So now let's repack this guy. And here we have nothing. So I'm going to put the New Colors color pencils in the palette going in there. These are my sketchbooks. They're just 100% cotton watercolor paper that I've made into little concertinas. So those are going in there. I've got my sponge. It's going in there. I got my water brush. It's going in. I've got a little vial of water, a sharpener. Don't know if I need a clip, but I'm going to go ahead and include a clip. Is that it? Oh my gosh, I think that's it. So I think I will take her out for a spin. It's a little cooler than I thought. Well, it felt comfortable, but now when you get down here and there's shade of all the trees, it feels actually a little cold. But I'm setting up the stablo. There, better. Okay, I did the green too close to the sky, so it's bleeding up into the sky, which that's not good. Trying to clean the brush so I can take some of that out. Then I can go back in with a little bit more blue. That's the problem with the water brush. It's like it's always kind of wet and you almost need a dry brush to sop things up. But that's okay. Alright, so now we're going to get in the base of the hills, which is a, I don't know, kind of a brown ochre. As I go with green instead of like a brownish ochre there. Go back with some green. No, that's not green. To dab at the base of the hill before that brown ochre color. And gray, then gray blue to see if I can. There's really, the water brush is out of water, so I'm trying to take advantage of that and kind of brush. okay. I think that's good. I think I need to go back in for the sky. Here is the sketch. So walking back, that was nice. It got hot, and then I was colder when I got here, so it's all good. I do want to edit this video today, so we'll see.